Hi guys, so welcome back to Taya's World. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do chocolate cake, and this is gonna be a very moist chocolate cake. Very simple, very easy steps. You'll see. Follow along. To get started, we're gonna sieve our dry ingredients. So we have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We're gonna sieve that one. We're gonna make sure to get it light and airy. And this is really good for the batter because you don't want to have a dense cake. You want to have something which is very light. Now we're gonna have 1/2 cup of chocolate powder to the mix. We're gonna sieve all our dry ingredients together, and this is gonna make it even lighter. And the best thing about it, it actually distribute the mix well. It distributes it very well and evenly. So to this we're gonna have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And this is your raising agents. So this is what's gonna help your cake to be nice and light and fluffy. So go ahead and mix the excess out in the sieve. We want to make sure all our ingredients is incorporated properly. Everything is mixed well. So whatever is left in the sieve, you're gonna discard it because you can't use it. Now we're gonna use a dry, clean whisk to mix all your mixture together. So let's go ahead and do that. And we will just want to mix everything very well. Distribute all the flavors around. So to this we're gonna add 1 cup of granulated sugar. We're gonna mix, make sure everything is properly married. Also guys, we're gonna do 1/2 cup of buttermilk. In this case I'm doing homemade buttermilk. And why I said homemade buttermilk, if you don't have the store-bought buttermilk, what you can do, or curd, what you can do is use milk and vinegar, and it's gonna curd the milk. And once it does that, then it's gonna give you the same taste. So now we're gonna use 1/4 cup of oil, and this is vegetable oil. Sorry guys, I don't think of give you the actual measurement for the milk. So it's 1/2 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. So now we have in this cup, we have hot coffee, and we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And the reason why we're using hot coffee is because coffee brings out the chocolate flavor. So you're never gonna taste coffee flavor in this. It's gonna be chocolate pushing through all the way. And off camera, I'm pretty sure you never see this, but we did add 1 room temperature egg to the mix. So while we're mixing everything, you're gonna realize that this butter is a little bit more runny than normal butter, but I can assure you this is gonna be amazing at the end. The flavors, the moistness of the cake, try it. Trust me, you're gonna see it. Now we're gonna go with our grease baking pan. We're gonna throw the mixture in there. And right now, my oven is preheated at 190 degrees Celsius, and this cake is gonna bake between 25 to 30 minutes. And this is definitely based on your oven. You have to know what temperature is good for you, but my oven bake at 190. So after we finish pouring the butter in the baking container, what we're going to do is gentle tap, tap on the counter, and what this does, it releases any air pockets that are inside the cake. So basically, if there are bubbles inside there, they're gonna be broken, and that's really good. That's what you're looking for. So now we're gonna go ahead and bake our cake. While some oven will bake 25 minutes, some will bake 30. As I said, it's up to you. You have to know your oven. Mine bake at 190 degrees Celsius, and most of the time it goes to 30 minutes or until you insert a toothpick in the middle and it comes out clean. So while my cake is baking, guys, I just want to say this is such an easy recipe. You can also have your kids in the kitchen with you doing this, and the same ingredients can be used to make cupcakes. So now my cake has been baked for 30 minutes. I'm going to take it out and allow it to be cooled. What I've done ahead of time was to make my chocolate frosting that I'm going to use to cover my cake. So what I used to do this was half cup of chocolate powder, 1.5 teaspoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and a pinch of salt, and half cup of milk. And I also add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So once everything has been incorporated and it's thick, what I'm going to do is add 1 tablespoon of butter to my mix and give it a few more minutes. Then I'm going to remove it from the stove, and I'm going to use my clench wrap to cover it in a bowl. The reason why I'm covering it with a clench wrap, so it doesn't form any crust on the top of the mixture. Then I'm going to allow it to cool in the fridge. Once it's cool, you can normally use your mixer to get it nice and fluffy. However, this time I'm not going to do that because I'm going to serve it from my container that it has been baked in. I'm going to go ahead, snip the top of my bag, and I'm going to apply my chocolate frosting to my cake. I'm going to use my spatula to smooth it out. There we go. I'm going to smooth it now and try to cover everything on the top as much as possible. And guys, with this, if you don't want to be so simple as me, you can also use crushed nuts. You can um you can add to this some semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I don't know. I think this is already enough chocolate. So I'm just applying the frosting over it. And this is going to be done in less than an hour and a half. And the reason why I say this, because normally when I bake cakes, I like to share with my neighbors, so it's not going to last, that's for sure. So once I'm finished applying the mixture to the cake, what I'm going to do is use my spatula just to gentle top, and it's going to form a little pattern on top. As I was saying, the reason why I said this is such a easy cake to bake. Indeed it is. However, you don't have a lot of cleanup to do because all the ingredients go into one container, so you don't have that big cleanup. So what goes dry in the same container, same time. All right. So now we're gonna use a spatula to top, and you're gonna see it's gonna make a little design on top, and it's just simple enough and just perfect for this. But you can go ahead and do what you like, but I would love you to try my recipe, and you're gonna love it for sure. It's very simple, very easy, and it's just an easy way to get the kids now to enjoy baking, enjoy the kitchen. It's really amazing. So we want to make sure our container doesn't have any smudge all around it, so remove that and look at it. So simple, but yet very nice. I'm gonna serve it just like this from the container. So you see guys, it's not gonna last. Or you can actually make this cake on a sheet rack. And since some place right now is heat wave, it's very hot. So if you want to do some ice cream sandwich, this will be very nice. You use a sheet rack, a sheet cake, and put the same ingredients in it, cut it in two, and then you're gonna put your ice cream in the middle and then use another sheet cake to cover, and then there you go.